Good afternoon. Chief Investigative Reporter Lauren Inman here from our Ozarks First digital desk. It is Thursday, March 20th, and it has now been officially 1 month since the Greene County Jail started housing immigration detainees in large quantities. And so today I figured it would be interesting to go back and look through. I have obtained, through Ozarks First Investigates, I have obtained a copy of the actual contract that the Greene County Jail has with federal immigration authorities. And what's interesting is that the jail already had a contract with the federal government to house federal inmates. So this page is a modification of that contract. And what's interesting is that these records show the Greene County Jail made an agreement with the federal government weeks before President Donald Trump won the election and unveiled official plans to carry out mass deportations. You probably, if you've been following along on our coverage, you know that Sheriff Jim Arnott has vocally supported the president's deportation plans. In January, Arnott told Ozarks First his office had been anticipating Trump's executive order and was fully prepared to back the directive. Now, what's interesting is if you look at the date on this contract, this was shot, look in the bottom left-hand corner there where it says Sheriff. This was signed on October 9th of 2024. So that is just about a month before the presidential election, before Trump even won a second term. And so after we talked to the sheriff in January and he supported those plans, this was the reaction from some protesters in Springfield.
Together with other groups to try and build those within the community to be aware of what ICE is doing in our areas whenever they are going to do raids, whenever a raid has happened, wherever we can go to support local communities.
Earlier this month, Ozarks First interviewed Greene County Sheriff Arnott about the role his office is playing in the crackdown on illegal immigration. He explained the county jail has made an agreement with Immigration and Customs Enforcement to hold detainees.
We will do whatever it takes to fulfill the president's order and make sure that we're doing exactly what the president wants and what our citizens want. And our citizens want safe borders, and people that are here illegally needs to go back to where they came from.
Stephanie Diaz attended the protest. She and Lucy Mayfield say that they are happy to see a large turnout.
It's great to know that there's more people that care about immigrants, not just ourselves, but there's more people that are supporting us and are here to help us out. We pay that back.
It's going to be really good for our immigrant communities to see, because they will know, like, oh, there's a huge group of people here that have my back, that they care about me, that they want me to be safe and have a place to stay.
So that reporting was from January. Jared Henry covered that story of that protest happening. Then in February is when we really start to see an influx of ICE detainees being held in the Greene County Jail. And so once that happened, I believe it was the end of February. February 19th was the first day that there were hundreds or over 100 ICE detainees in the Greene County Jail. And I did talk to a spokesperson for the Greene County Sheriff's Office who told me that our local jail has worked with the ICE office and arrested people and placed detainers for decades. But previously what would happen, ICE would pick them up usually the day after, take them to a detention facility that would hold ICE inmates much like the Greene County Jail does now. So previously it was very rare that ICE detainees would stay in our county jail for longer than a day or two. However, on February 19th, that's when that changes. That was the first day since signing that agreement back in October under the Biden administration that the jail began housing ICE holds for immigration hearings and for deportations. So our previous reporting shows that by February 24th of this year, 173 people were being held in the Greene County Jail as ICE detainees. And this is the coverage from that day.
ICE knowing that this would be coming. And so we are fully prepared to work whatever direction they want to go.
Greene County has made it known they'll be helping with ICE operations since President Donald Trump signed the executive order authorizing mass deportations.
We're ready to apprehend detainees under the president's direction, and we will move forward swiftly, we will house them and we will make it happen.
And it is. 133 people are being held in the Greene County Jail for ICE, with more on the way.
We'll have a total of 173 by the end of the day.
Captain Jason Johnson with the Greene County Sheriff's Office says those detainees are being held in a pod.
We're just following the executive orders of the president, and Immigration and Customs Enforcement is also acting upon that executive order, and we're housing the immigration detainees.
The people being held are from local areas, as well as overflow from Chicago, KC, and St. Louis.
At this point, we don't know exactly for how long they will be here.
Johnson says Greene County will house them until they're able to get in front of a judge or are deported.
The positive thing is that the federal government actually does pay their bills, so we're able to receive full compensation from the federal government.
Greene County receives $100 per day per detainee while they're here.
They compensate us for our time, our manpower, and for the cost that it takes for the inmate to be here.
When Ozarks First reached out to local immigration advocacy centers, the ACLU of Missouri directed us toward their Know Your Rights page on their website, detailing what to do if ICE shows up at your home or workplace.
Our citizens want safe borders, and people that are here illegally needs to go back to where they came from.
So that was our reporter Carissa Codell, and that story aired on February 24th of this year. So after the fact, there were some charges that came out against a Greene County detention officer who's accused of stealing about $900 from an ICE detainee the day before that story aired. Court documents show the Greene County Sheriff's Office had reviewed jail footage showing the detention officer named Caden Lewis messing with the inmate's bag that stored almost $1,000 on February 23rd. Lewis is now charged with a Class D felony, which is punishable by up to 7 years in prison. So since then, we haven't been keeping a daily count, but we have been checking every now and then to see how many ICE detainees are being held in the Greene County Jail. And, you know, on some days it's just a handful. On other days, it's upwards of 100-200 people. So I did check with the Greene County Jail today, and as of today, March 20th, the Greene County Jail is holding 247 inmates for ICE. That was as of 7 o'clock this morning. So I think the question remains is how much money the jail will make from this contract with ICE, because as Carissa reported previously, and as states in the contract that we have a copy of, the jail makes a $100 per diem rate per ICE detainee, and that's per day. What's unclear right now is how many days these inmates are staying in the jail, and it's also unclear how much of that is profit. So $100 per person per day, right? But it's unclear how much the jail, how much of that money goes toward, feeding inmates, clothing them, housing them, cleaning and that sort of thing. So, but just between the two dates that we know there was an official head count, on February 24th when there were 173 inmates, and between today when we have that head count of 224 people, that's even without those people staying in the jail for longer than one day, that would be about $40,000 nearly. And we do know that some of these detainees are staying in the jail for longer than a day before they're moving on elsewhere. So that is a question that that Ozarks First Investigates will be looking to answer, is how much money exactly is the jail making off of this contract, and where will that money go? As of right now, the county said it doesn't have those financial numbers in yet, just because this did start just about a month ago is when we officially started holding ICE detainees in large quantities. If you want to read this full story, it is live right now on ozarksfirst.com. So it lives there. You can read it and learn some more details about what exactly this contract between our county jail and the federal government entails. And that does it for now. Thanks so much for tuning in to our Ozarks First Digital Desk.